If you live in an RV or a truck camper, you're going to know exactly what I'm talking about. Have you ever gotten in a shower and you're waiting for the water to get hot and you're wasting all that cold water that goes through your lines to get to the hot? I think we have a solution for that. We're going to do an upgrade on our shower today. So we're going to change out this plastic shower head in our truck camper, and we're going to replace it with this Mistmin thermostatic shower valve. It should be a fairly easy install, so come along and I'll show you how to do it. So we're in a Host Yukon. Our model's a 2023, and our shower water lines are behind the fireplace. Super easy to get to. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to pop off the cap of the fireplace just like that, and our lines are in here. So these are the lines here, and it had a massive amount of pipe thread on there. So I took those off, and in the very back here, you're going to see a couple of nuts that hold the shower head on, and that's what we're going to take off next. Before I take the shower valve off, I'm going to take the shower head off from here. So now I'm going to take the nuts off the back of the shower valve. So far so good towards getting them off by hand. So what I did is I put our shower mat in the shower, so when I took this off it fell down onto the shower mat. So I recommend you do something like that, so even though this is very light, you still don't want to damage your shower tub. This also didn't have any caulking, and it was also upside down on ours, so the cold water was actually hot and the hot water was cold because they had it this way from the factory. I never changed it because we figured it out, but it's supposed to be like this, upside down or upside right. And there was no caulking around here, so now I'm just going to clean off this section right here where there's a little bit of soap scum, I guess. We're going to clean that off and get that ready for install. Another thing I want to point out is that the pipe thread, you want to get that off as much as possible so you can get those nuts off. So far, that has been the hardest thing of this job so far, is getting these nuts off, because the pipe thread, it was really hard to get them off. So this is the Mistmin thermostatic shower valve, and on this side you'll have a temperature where you set what temperature is comfortable for you, and so when you turn the water off, like to lather up, when you turn the water back on, you won't get that cold shock of water anymore. It'll keep the temperature set at what was comfortable for you. On this side you have the opening of the water, how much pressure you want basically, and it's just an open and closed valve, but it has markings on here 1 through 4, and 4 being the highest and 1 being the lowest of amount of volume that you get. Another thing that you need to keep in mind is this is not plastic. This is solid brass that's chrome plated, so it is substantially heavier than the one that you had. So you need to check the backing or add a backing for this into your shower. You just don't want to screw it right into a plastic shower area, because it will come out, it will crack your shower. So on the backing, if you look right here on ours, you'll see that this is roughed in with plywood, so we have plenty of backing to hold the weight of our shower head. So these are the parts that came with the Mistmin. It has all the washers and the connections to fit into your existing pipe, and it's really hard not to get these confused. It has the red for hot and the blue for cold right on the valve, so you really can't miss that up. First things you're going to do is get ready to get for the install on here is put the brass through the cover plates, and then it's a tight fit. You just want to squeeze it in. Just kind of work it up like so. So that's going to go into the shower holes, and it's going to have the backing on here with the nut, and we'll show you how we do that here right now. It's going to take your two brass pieces here and stick them through the wall like so. And now I'm going to go to the other side to put the nuts on. Here you're going to take your rubber gasket, it's kind of difficult to do with just one set of hands here. You're just going to tighten it down with the nut. I put my finger on the inside, the hole, the brass. And you're just going to repeat to the other side. You just want to get it snug for right now. So I got these on and I got them hand tight, and I'm going to come back and tighten them down once I get the Misman installed. Do not snug these down. Make a little, so there's a little bit of play so you can make sure that it lines up with your shower head. Before you attach your shower head, either put some pipe thread on there or use some liquid pipe thread. In this case, that's what we're going to do, is use some liquid pipe thread. So once you get your pipe thread on there, just go ahead, line it up, and hand tighten it down. Once you get it tight, or snug I should say, just go back and wipe off the excess pipe thread that you have on there so it's off the chrome. So I get that kind of snug where I want it, I'm going to go ahead and hook up the shower head. Let's make sure the washer's still in there. It is on ours. You just do that hand snug. Like that. So that's what it looks like so far. I think it came out okay so far. Now we're going to go back to the other side and tighten down the other lines. Use a socket wrench just to snug it so it compresses those gaskets in there. You don't want to break anything, just want to make it snug. And that feels good right there. You can do this by hand, but I'm just being overcautious. I just want to compress those washers good. I feel like that's good. Now we're going to hook up these lines here, the hot and the cold, and make sure that you know which one's hot. This is hot and this is cold. Make sure you put your pipe thread on these connections also. Now that I got the pipe thread on, I'm going to go ahead and install the water lines. You want to get them on as hand tight as you can, and then I'm going to go back in with the channel locks and tighten them down more. So my initial impression of this install wasn't too hard. Just a couple of basic tools is all I needed. But I want to show you something. Up here we have two shutoff valves. And we always had to have those because this would constantly drip. But I want to show you something. Right now, those valves are wide open. This valve down here is shut. Watch. Water. Turn this valve off down here. No more dripping water, even with those shut-off valves open. So that's pretty cool. So that real high quality right there. The other thing that I like about it is that as soon as I turned it on, within, I'd say 3 or 4 seconds, I had hot water. I mean, it was regulating the amount of water coming out to hot. So it usually takes a good 20 to 30 seconds from our hot water tank on the other side of the truck camper to get to here. And we'd always put a jug under here to save the water, especially when we were boondocking, in order to use it, because instead of just going down into the gray tank, this thing prevents that. I really, really like that. So that's one of the biggest benefits that we used for this, was because of the boondocking capability of saving water. But this thing is pretty awesome. So far, I'm gonna just turn it back on here again so you can see it going. Turn it on so you can see it going. Let me shut the curtain here a little bit. And then down here, so if I want it hotter, push that point in right there and I turn it to this, and that's max hot. And that's steaming water right now. That's awesome. Turn it back to this, and that's 100-degree temperature right there in the middle. And if you want it colder, you push that in and you go up, and that'll be strictly just cold water. So this one valve here controls both the hot and the cold. This here controls the flow. So you set it at whatever temperature you want. Turn the water off after you've lathered up. You know, wash your hair, put soap on your body. Again, the water turns completely off. And then you just turn this on, and you can turn it on. That's the bare minimum right there. That's how much water is coming out, bare minimum. That's 2, that's 3, and that's 4. And that's pretty good water flow. Very, very happy with this so far. But so far, this is a pretty easy install, and it wasn't that expensive to do this major upgrade. I think we paid $65 for this on Amazon. We'll put a link in the description below. There are other manufacturers out there doing the same thing, and there's cheaper versions, but we didn't want to, or I didn't want to gamble with a broken line or something coming loose from a cheaper version of this valve. For the price, I think you should go with this. It's well worth it. And if you're especially boondocking a lot like we do, and off-grid camping, this is definitely going to save us on our water consumption. So for, you know, 65, 70 bucks, well worth the investment. Thanks for watching. If you got anything out of this, please hit the like and subscribe button, and we'll see you next week.